very great. And this is the, welcome to the School of English and Humanities Coffee Slam, hosted by the CCC, or C Cubed, or also known as Cola Creative Collective. If y'all want to be a part of this unofficial club where we join on Zoom every Friday at 4 p.m. and just share creative works with each other, whether it's music or poetry or monologues or acting or whatever, you can talk to Jared. He's right over there. Yes, wave your hand, Jared. Talk to him. He'll get your email and he can send you the Zoom link, and we'd love to have you. So I'm going to go first, kind of break the ice with one of my poems that I've written. I've been writing poetry. My name is Emmett Clacius. I am a psychology student here at MTC, but I have a love for the creative arts, and my poem is going to be called Baby Pictures, in parentheses, Gender. I use he, him pronouns, thank you. All right, so. I gotta get to my notes, which I recently organized by color and labeled. So that's pretty cool. Okay, I have it. All right, this is Baby Pictures, in parentheses, Gender. I don't remember grade school or before that. My mind is a foggy forest. I cannot see more than 2 years behind me or in front of me. I'm constantly told to look harder. The memories must be there. I just need better glasses, sharper vision, but they aren't. Just hazy forms of trees that become clearer, then fade the farther I move through time. What I need is different weather. The clouds covered the blue sky and bright sun at 6. It started to drizzle at 8. 23 and the fog hasn't left since. Some days the drizzle stops. The air is always thick and humid, sticky condensation resting on my skin. I always feel I am underwater. I can't reach back and recall that time, can't see the trees through the fog. My therapist akins my mind to a Blu-ray player. My childhood memories of VHS tape, they just aren't compatible anymore, she tells me. It's normal to forget, she claims, but I have never felt normal. I hate to look at my baby pictures. When I do see baby pictures of me, or God forbid, home videos on VHS tapes, while others squeal and coo, claiming I was such a cute child, I feel an intense sadness. A childhood moment captured in time. 2, me holding my baby sister for the first time. 3, me opening presents on Christmas morning. 4, me showing my little sister how to blow out her 2 birthday candles. 5, me in my preschool classroom singing I Am a Pizza and other nursery rhymes. 6, me getting on the school bus for the first day of kindergarten with a backpack bigger than I am. I could go on. My mother wanted to capture every moment, so she could still hold us in her arms despite the 4 of us being too big to cradle now. In these windows to my past, I am an outsider looking in. I look so innocent and happy. When did that fade so much? I suspected something was off from the beginning. I didn't want to be lumped with my younger sister, yet my older brothers wouldn't accept me. I felt so lonely despite having 3 siblings. My 2 older brothers were 2 peas in a pod and there was no room for a third. Society taught me how to be a good girl from the start. Then puberty hit. Before I even got the chance to experience my boyhood, I knew then there was no more suspecting. My body betrayed me. Without my consent, my body grew and bled. I was becoming a woman. I tried so hard to cosplay a caricature of the woman everyone wanted out of me. I dove feet first into the deep end of femininity, the kind of femme that has no stitch of queer in it. Of course, I started to drown. I was born to sink, to suffocate under the pressure. After coming out as trans as an adult, my mom tells me a story of a photo that exists. I am a baby and she dressed me in a suit and tie. You looked so happy. She snapped a photo then and tells me now. I don't know what to do. I have never seen this photo. I dread the day I eventually will. My heart longs for the simple explanation fed to us all. A boy born in the wrong body. Transition is the cure. I am slowly realizing that this narrative being fed to the masses doesn't fit everyone. In fact, that experience is very few and far between. A lot of us trans people, even the binary trans men and trans women, struggle with the push between what society wants from us, what has been approved by cis heteronormativity, how our gray areas are shoved into the same binary boxes of man and woman with the adjective trans scribbled messily with marker in front of the original name. The push, the tug from the invisible pressure between the binary choice of what will satisfy the majority versus what will truly fulfill us. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you all so much for listening to my poem, and that was a great response with the clapping and everything. That was very nice. And I want you to keep that same energy after people read their poems or perform their songs and stuff, because everyone should feel like their sharing mattered, you know? Because I think that's what's most important about art, is that you shared it, and that's what matters. So up next, we're gonna have Ray Boone come to the mic. So everyone give a warm welcome to Ray, and then Ray will give you a little more info.
Hey y'all, my name is Ray Boone. I'm performing my piece, Docs in a Box, and fun fact, I've never performed writing in public. All right. A happy birthday present to me was going to be a box of Doc Martens shipped from the UK. But instead, it's a metal box, with me inside the box. More specifically, my upper torso, shoulders, neck, and head, and most importantly, my spine. The box is filled with me, noise, drugs, a migraine, and the most mundane of secrets I can't tell my friends. Is that a present? Is this my gift to myself? I'd prefer a gift I could share. Friends can compliment your Doc Martens. If you're lucky, one of them is the same shoe size. Many of your friends have Docs. You can wear them together. You can coordinate. You can share them. Unlike a 2-hour daze pumped with hydroxyzine spent in a metal chamber. You were going to get yourself Doc Martens as a congratulatory start of semester gift. You transferred from community college to university, and your Docs would be an icebreaker, literally and figuratively. You feel like your ideal friends would have or just appreciate Doc Martens too, and they would last you years of walking to and from campus in the rain, drought, ice, and heat. Instead, you got yourself zaps of electricity to shock you into the new semester. Zaps on a table first with a woman, she's a technician, and then with a man, who the office is named after. You didn't share your Doc Martens with them because there were no Doc Martens. There was just the woman and the man. Just the black coat and the white coat. Just jabs of electricity and graphs in your online portal that says something is wrong, but everything's okay. Everything is okay for now until you get your next test. I'm losing count of gifts that have replaced my Doc Martens. Every time that I empty my credit card limit into the final test, final medication, final procedure, we're sure it's this one cure, I get another result. Each update brings its own double-edged peace of mind that the worst isn't here, but is to come. This probably worked, but you're still sick. So don't worry today, but make sure you worry tomorrow. This is good because it means there's a bigger bad. A bigger bad like a final boss that takes time and pre-authorizations and waitlists to meet. A boss where the number of hearts given in a battle is a race against time, but you don't know how much time you have. You don't know if it's limited. While your friends joke about how much they don't want babies and mortgages and marriage, you silently scream that you wish you had a chance. These gifts are isolating and lonely. You tried to tell your friends, both seriously and as a joke. As a joke, they were dismissive. As serious, some seemed to be worried and then disappeared for a while, and others seemed to think it didn't matter. Like that one cousin you have with the blonde hair that you see once every 2 months, and she swears she loves you and she misses you and she's so sorry she's been busy, but she wants to take care of you. You didn't actually want to be taken care of. You wanted someone to call you when it hurts too much to text. You wanted someone to see you, even if it's short, and to let you know that they're there. Instead, she buys you a shrimp dinner that you're going to bury in the dumpster as soon as she leaves. She drops it off, and you don't know how to tell her that you're allergic to fish because you've told her 1,000 times before. Because you can't be so ungrateful that she actually took the time to think about you and talk to you, but you just wish that she would take the time to know you because she goes to you for 2 months and then dares to look down upon you and say her gift is God's gift, and you deserve someone to take care of you. You can't take care of yourself. You deserve help. You're in pain. You deserve help. You are sick. You deserve to be sick. Isolation has made you bitter and even more lonely. You don't know how to act around your friends when you see them every other month. Your decomposition turned out to be a natural crowd entertainer in disguise. Your sarcasm is sharp and laced with longing. They don't have to try to make you stay because you'll do anything, be anyone, to have them see you as more than a passing glance. But inside you feel more manic, more deprived, more desperate, more like a ghost of sickness past. They like to hang your pain on their profiles like party favors. Your vague disease is a caricature display to show of how good and interesting of people they are for taking care of such a poor, suffering friend. But you don't have friends. They do. You are a flower bouquet left in the corner since last year's Thanksgiving with mold and maggots feasting upon your entire dying body. You want to scream, "I have an expiration date!" But they can't be bothered. Like that time a friend said that, of course she hasn't been too busy to see you. But you were too busy last week, right? She looks down. I had free time. I didn't think to ask. That was the week a test came back positive. I used to dream of being so delicate that my thumb and middle finger could lace around my wrist and touch. I made perfect marks this semester, but I can't tie my shoelaces. I don't recognize myself. I don't like my thoughts, and I never bought Doc Martens. I'll graduate next year, and the year after, my diploma will rest with me in a wooden box. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ray, for sharing that gorgeous poem with us. It was so good. It made me feel so many things. Our next person to come up is Samson, and he is going to play some music, right? Yeah? Okay. Samson will tell you what he's going to do. Okay.
Hi, I'm Samson. I have my little ukulele here, and I have 2 songs to share. The first one is my own version of a song by Burnham called That Funny Feeling. The song is his, but the lyrics are mine. And the second is an original that I call Burnt Out Former Gifted Kid. So. Poverty's so funny, memes are money to the moon. Auto-smoothing features for your teachers over Zoom. Anger that you choose, breaking news and comment thread. Grief put on a stage with Facebook pages for the dead. Sorry. And there it is again, that funny feeling. That funny feeling. There it is again, that funny feeling. That funny feeling. Extremist take on medium. Stroke caught live on Twitch. Hillary and Trump and Old Man Joe and Moscow Mitch. Apple H to take a break and spacebar when you speak. Socialism coffee mug is 2 for $1 this week. landlord wants you out, you're just the grout between the tile. Donations to St. Jude's from when you used Amazon Smile. Online oversharing, diagnosing being wrong. Poets can't be, God. Poets can't be heroes at .0 cents a song. There it is again, that funny feeling, that funny feeling. There it is again, that funny feeling, that funny feeling. Notes, app, sorry, lessons, all confessions, BCC. Loving birthday greetings from your favorite companies. Minor inconvenience, get your meanest cry abuse. Real news from an onion, while a fox quotes Dr. Seuss. Total disassociation, fully out your mind. Googling derealization, hating what you find. Try to quit the feed, but you can't leave a song and dance. Baby, iPad tether, baby, you've never stood a chance. And there it is again, that funny feeling. That funny feeling. And hey, what can you say? We were overdue, but it'll be over soon. You wait. Hey, what can you say? We were overdue, but it'll be over soon. Just wait. Hey, what can you say? We were overdue, but it'll be over soon. You wait. Thank you for bearing with me through that. So this one is called Burnt Out Former Gifted Kid. It is an original. And if any of you also got told that you were really, really great for having like a 12th grade reading level in 3rd grade, and then maybe consider dropping out of college a few years later, this one's for you. My entire self is built from praise I received in adolescence and the ever-growing fear that I'm just getting less impressive. Told me I was special, never taught me how to not be. I'll fly straight into the sun, baby, it's too late to stop me. Top of the class to the bottom of the barrel, and I'm drowning in the plot of my forever dress rehearsal. Had my piece of cake, but I can't stomach bread and butter. Take my better self to bed just to hide under the covers. Am I a burnt out former gifted kid, or just a lazy narcissist? Was I always gonna be like this? Is it something we could have avoided? My identity rests on each performance. Real is a risk and I can't afford it. I need your love and to ignore it. Now clap. Well, I retrace my steps, follow a trail of perfect scores, and I'm unsurprised to realize that I've always been this bored. Always obsessed with winning, proud of not having to try. Imprisoned in perception, hate myself, I won't apply. I'll do almost anything to avoid being alone with all that so much potential and these half-assed seeds I've sown. It's like the opposite of stage fright, a fear still undefined, trying to think about it like reading a stranger's mind. Am I a burnt-out former gifted kid, or just a lazy narcissist? Was I always gonna be like this? Is it something we could have avoided? My identity rests on each performance. Real is a risk and I can't afford it. I need your love and to ignore it. Now clap. The writing on the fourth wall, the stage is growing fragile, but I need to see you see me, or reality unravels. A string of desperate measures, a tangled can't grow up. I'll implode if you ignore me, any excuse to self-destruct. It's a lonely, vain exhibit, a burning house of glass. Nothing I do really matters till I share it with the class. Had barely learned to tie it, for the other shoe was dropping. Compulsive causing scenes, 'cause I'm not real if you're not watching. Am I a burnt out former gifted kid, or just a fucking narcissist? Was I always gonna be like this? Is it something we could have avoided? My identity rests on each performance. Real is a risk and I can't afford it. I need your love and to ignore it. Now clap. Thank you very much.
All right, everyone, give it up for Samson again. Oh, I'm not in the shot. Okay. That was amazing. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick reminder for people who are going to get on the mic. You got to hold it really close to your mouth and project still. I'm still yelling up here. We could hear you guys. I could hear you guys, but it was like really quiet. We all had to listen really good, and there's like cars in the background. But I loved your performances. Okay, so up next is Aurora. She's going to play on her guitar and sing some songs. Okay, so give it up for Aurora.
I have a couple songs to play. A few, actually. I'd like to start with, I'm sure that the past couple of years have been quite hard for all of us. Perhaps just things are not going as the way we planned. Perhaps we've lost people. And, quite frankly, I have. They're not dead, I assure you. Thankfully not. But things didn't really pan out the way that I wished that they had, the way I feel perhaps they should have. So when I don't really know how to express things, I turn to music, as I always have, to find the words for me, to say what I will not say, what I won't say to another soul. And for that, I have a few to play that do exactly that. So I'm sorry if this does the opposite of Samson's performance. All right. First up, I have a little song by, I believe, James Arthur, one titled "Say You Won't Let Go." I met you in the dark, you lit me up, you made me feel as though I was enough. We danced the night away, we drank too much, and I held your hair back when you were throwing up. Then you smiled over your shoulder. For a minute I was stone cold sober. I pulled you closer to my chest. Then you asked me to stay over, and I said I already told you. I think that you should get some rest. I knew I loved you then, but you'll never know, 'cause 'cause I played it cool when I was scared of letting go. I knew I needed you, but I never showed. And I wanna stay with you until we're gray and old. Just say you won't let go. Just say you won't let go. I'll wake you up with some breakfast in bed, and I'll bring you coffee with a kiss on your head. I'll take the kids to school, wave them goodbye, and I'll thank my lucky stars for that night. When you looked over your shoulder, for a minute I forget that we're older. I wanna dance with you right now. And you look as beautiful as ever, and I swear that every day you'll get better. You make me feel this way somehow. I'm so in love with you, and I hope you know. 'Cause darling, your love is more than worth its weight in gold. We've come so far, my dear. Look how we've grown. And I wanna stay with you until we're gray and old. Just say you won't let go. Just say you won't let go. I wanna live with you, even when we're ghosts. 'Cause you were always there for me when I needed you most. I'm gonna love you till my lungs give out, and I promise till death we part, like in our vows. So I wrote this song for you. Now everybody knows that it's just you and me until we're gray and old. Just say you won't let go. 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 That turned out better than I thought it would. I don't know if you can tell, but my heart's racing right now, and I don't really like it. But next up is one that I feel is more like kind of happens over time. This little duality of what I might be to people on the outside, or what I might want to be. But as you go along, it's not really that's not exactly what's underneath. Not that I'll ever really tell anybody. So next up, I have Television, So Far So Good, by a little group called Rex Orange County. Oh, I don't need this. Is that so wrong? Actually, I have one more that I did not originally plan, but I learned it in the span of a week. It was less complex than I thought, at least after the first chorus. But I didn't really know what to connect this one to at first, but I guess when thinking about it, it's more of reminiscent, kind of wanting to look back at things that I hold invaluable in terms of memories with the person that I lost. Much like how I'm sure each and every one of you have precious memories that you would like to keep. So I hope you like this one. I'm hoping that someone will. So next is another by Rex Orange County. This one's called Sunflower. Case in point. I want to know where I can go when you're not around and I'm feeling down. So won't you stay for a moment so I can say I need you so, 'cause right now you know that nothing here's new, and I'm obsessed with you. Then I fell to the ground, and she smiled at me and said, I don't wanna see you cry. You don't have to feel this emptiness. She said, I love you till the day that I die. Maybe she's right, 'cause I don't wanna feel like I'm not me. And to be honest, I don't even know why I let myself get down in the first place. Trying to keep my mind at bay. Sunflower still grows at night. Waiting for a minute till the sun sees through my eyes. Pick it down, 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 down. Pick it down, 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 down. Waiting for a minute till the sun seen through my eyes. You know you need to get yourself to sleep and dream a dream of you and I. There's no need to keep an open eye. I promise I'm the one for you. Just let me hold you in these arms tonight. I'm lucky to be me, and you can see it in my face. Back when I fucked my shit up too many times, why would I let myself get down in the first place? Trying to keep my mind at bay. Sunflower still grows at night. Waiting for a minute till the sun seen through my eyes. Take it down, 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 down. Take it down, down, da, 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 da. Waiting for a minute till the sun seen through my eyes. So she sat me down, told me that I didn't have to cry. Told me I didn't need to get down and feel empty inside. And told me that she'll love me as long as she's alive. And well, maybe she's right, 'cause I hate it when I feel like I'm not me. You see, I honestly don't even know why. Honestly, don't even know why. Sunflower still grows at night. Waiting for a minute till the sun seen through my eyes. Take it down, 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 down. Take it down, down, da, 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 da. Waiting for a minute till the sun seen through my eyes.
Okay, everyone, give it up one more time for Aurora. Thank you so much. That was great. And the Cola Creative Collective is going to wrap up our portion, and then we'll have a 5-minute break, and then we will get on to the open mic. And everyone who joined open mic, I don't know if this was told to you, but you only get one piece, so decide your piece now. Okay, so next we're going to have Ray Boone close us out. Thank you so much.
This one's called Embers, an ode to Ansley. If only I could hold her stare for the entire day. The first time I glanced at her, I feared I would turn to stone. She is something that I am not. Her rays turn me into a bright green, decaying bronze. I cannot hold a light like hers. I dare not speak ill of her. My mouth molds itself to repeat her words, yet my breath shatters the world she built. Her tears replenish the ground she lies on. Mine poison it. I slip a cupped hand over my ear to find her secret, how she inhales melancholy and exhales spring, why chickens follow her in cornfields, what amber vineyard gave her such an alluring scent. For she is the summer I've never had, the sunrise I cannot be. With no answer aside from my own limitations, I cower back into shade, raise 12 umbrellas to cover me from her rays, and squinch my eyes to sleep as if it were night. I see her less and less. I am distraught and alone. Plastic shade killed my pillow of grass. Mildew clogged my nose. Until I roll over in my sleep, a fallen umbrella cracks slivers of amaryllis. 2 dandelions, 12 embers, and 8 succinct sunflowers etch my silhouette. 3 Leonotis lenoris teal my shadow, and 2 butterscotch eyes meet mine. She engulfs me in honey and sapphire and marigold and marmalade and amber and cider and sunset, to glow golden in my dark, to lightly accustom me to sunlight, to slowly accommodate me to kindness. Thank you.
Okay. So what we have here is the Ace of Hearts, the Queen of Hearts, and the Ace of Diamonds. Okay. And what I want you to do, I'm going to guess your card. You're going to pick one, I'm going to guess it. So what I want you to do is pick a card.
Did she touch it? Did you go?
All right, y'all are going to have to help me remember this. Okay, so, all right, so it's the Ace of Hearts, the Queen of Hearts, and the Ace of Diamonds, okay? I'm going to ask y'all that in a few seconds. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to pick one of those and remember it. You got it in your head?
Yeah.
All right, and what I want you to do is I want you to pick that one card up and show the audience, so they all know. I want you to put it back down in the same exact spot. Now, the 2 cards that you did not pick, I want you to swap those.
What do you mean swap?
Like, the 2 cards you did not pick, I want you to swap the places that they're in. Let me know when you've done that. Okay. Now what I want you to do now is I want you to flip them all over. Okay, so I'm gonna turn around. All right. So I'm gonna guess what card you picked, okay? But first I want you to mix them up like casino style. All right, that wasn't casino style. Casino style is like this, but I'll still give it a shot. Okay. All right. You picked the Ace of Hearts.
Up next is Mark Zutten, and give another round of applause for that amazing magic trick. Woo! All right, here we go.
So what I'm going to be reading from is a portion of a memoir I'm working on. It was started by the death of my father a couple years ago, and afterwards, me, my brother Brian, his wife Sonia, and his 2 girls, Isabel and Olivia, had to clean out the house. And, if you've ever done this, there's a lot of memories, and this was my parents' dream house. So it had every nook and cranny they wanted to. Saw a lot of memories, had a lot of stuff I need to still process, and made me reconsider my stance on arson. Hey, so what I'm reading from is the end. So, hey. July 2nd, 2021. I was sitting alone at my parents' house. Most everything was gone. Dad's golf stuff, Mom's mystery novels, their clothes, the aquarium, the pictures of skinny Amish children, everything but the furniture. I was waiting for movers to get my part of it and take it to Columbia, where it would become the base of my new home. Uncle David and Aunt Virginia, Uncle David was my father's brother, were coming in a couple weeks to get other pieces, meant to prep a second home near their daughter's family. The remainder was bound for Kinston's ASPCA thrift store, our last donation for them. Then the house would be ready for sale. I knew I would come back to Kinston to sign the paperwork, but I'd stay in a hotel. I wouldn't sleep in this house again. And after that, I didn't know when I'd return to town. No more staying there over holiday breaks or long weekends, something I'd done my entire adult life. I sat in my red pinchy chair, half reading a fanfic on my Kindle. My laptop sat on the black desk I used to work when Dad and I would hang out. It was playing the penultimate episode of Season 2 of Old Gods of Appalachia. One of my favorite podcasts, the seasons had focused on the dead queen, a seemingly eldritch abomination so randomly destructive that benevolent granny witches and malevolent haints worked together to bury her in unnamed ground. In 1928, the dead queen busted loose. The season had focused on the ripples of her passage throughout the mountains and hollows of Tennessee and West Virginia. In the episode I was listening to, Brother Bartholomew, a servant of the green, was gathering forces to redo the binding. About halfway through the episode, I started tearing up. I wasn't sure why. It wasn't that sad an episode, just a series of visits to farms, homes, and the other dimensional home of a mythical monster. There was a sense of dread, but it was anticipatory. Hell was going to break loose the next episode. Nothing was going on here. Then I noticed how Brother Bartholomew greeted the heroic characters. And I'm going to quote from the transcript here, and I am nowhere way doing the justice that this podcast does. I strongly recommend it. Delia Hubbard, daughter of Mercy and granddaughter of Gloria Ann and Waylon, Hope of Boggs Holler. Marcia Lynn, daughter of Sheila, granddaughter of Bernice, most blessed of your line still living. Nina Marie, daughter of Marigold, granddaughter of Judith, brightest heart of her line. Marigold Jasmine, daughter of Judith, granddaughter of the one they named TT after they stole her, and Fire of the Mountain. In my part of the South, blood marks your place and identity. Some people will always know me as Jean's oldest and one of Ann's too. At the Christmas reunion, I'm one of Aunt Lib's bird. Bucklesbury folk knows me as Doris's eldest grandchild. My name comes from my grandfather's. A few youngins call me Uncle Marky, and if it's meant to be, someday I'll be Grand Uncle Marky. While I get to decide where I get to be, those ties show where I came from, and it's a good place. Thank you.
Up next is Teddy. If you can come to the stage, please. Thank you. Give a warm welcome.
Hi, I'm Teddy, as you guys have heard. Hi, thank you. I'm going to be singing a song by Billie Eilish, My Future. I hope you guys like it.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, up next is Janai Robinson. Yeah, all right, we got him. All right. Come on up and introduce what you're going to do.
Hey everyone, my name is Janai. I'm going to be writing a poem that I wrote a couple days ago. Just a little background, this is actually my first time performing by myself. I grew up in the chorus field. I've been singing for a while, but I've always been scared to bring myself into the light, so here's to finding my voice. I wanted you to be good enough, but I can't change someone who sees no wrong in their doing. As time flew by, I lost myself trying to satisfy your needs. Time after time, you looked past the signs that were right in front of you. You told me over and over things would be different. I never thought the words "I love you" would become meaningless. If I could turn back the time, I don't want a fresh start. I would show you, tell you, why you aren't good enough for me.
That was awesome. Like, dump him. Okay, or her, whatever. All right, I'm always up for dumping your partners that don't mean anything. Okay. Up next is Rachel Smith. Rachel Smith. Come on up. All right, and tell us what you're going to do. And don't forget to get close to the mic.
Okay, hi guys, I'm Rachel. So I wrote this poem like 2 days ago because Miss Eileen was like, hey, you should come do this. And I was like, oh, I don't know. So this is like, I'm totally winging it right now. But I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, my poem is titled The Greatest Heartbreak. So I heard once a girl say, the greatest heartbreak is loving someone who doesn't know how to love you back. But because at the end of the day, I'm not happy no matter what I say. By this, I don't mean they don't care for you, laugh with you, and love you in their own way, but there is something else. A piece of this puzzle is missing. The answer is locked away, and the worst part is they will never hold the key. The lock remains steady and solid and unbreakable in their hands, a ghost they could never see. No matter how many words are said, days are spent, and feelings exchanged, you can love this person in the most wholesome and beautiful way, but the reality is that the way they love you cannot be changed. The truth is, they were never given the capacity to love you in the way you so desperately require. This feeling you have, urgently trying to find the satisfaction you desire, I have finally realized it's more than just a feeling, more than just two people sharing their lives, but it's the ability to adapt, to change, and to find what it is that helps your partner grow, not just survive. Sorry. It's the difference between loving and being loved. It requires so much trust. But here, right now, for us, I'm heartbroken because I know the greatest heartbreak is loving you. While you say we're fine and everything is all right, but here I see it, the missing piece, the reason I'm never satisfied, especially not tonight. I heard a girl once say, the greatest heartbreak is loving someone who doesn't know how to love you back. And ever since that day, I've been fighting my mind, trying desperately to find a flaw in her argument. But the reality is that I have found so much truth in it. In those quiet moments we're sitting alone, I'm watching you as you look at your phone. I ask for your attention and you smile. I search for a look that tells me you're here, but then I lose you again after a while. But what about those moments when we're laughing and I feel things could be all right, but give it a few hours and it always turns around again? Fight or flight, I can't decide. Is there a turning point where things become clear? Hanging here in the vast gray abyss is my greatest fear. How does a person look you in the eye and say, it's simply not enough, your love never was? It's impossible, I think, to say this to you, because how many words could ever explain my point of view? If only you knew how to love me back. For you to understand this, I would do whatever it takes. But for now, this is my greatest heartbreak. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Okay, up next, Beloved. Please come up here.
All right. Hello. My name is Beloved Hayden Del Priori. Thank you. So a little bit of backstory. I have a band that I started 2 years ago. We're a Tascadero. You can check us out on Instagram if you care. But a couple months ago, I started writing music on my own. And so this is one of my original pieces. It's actually the first song I ever wrote. And it's called Those Words. All right, just give me 1 second. Thank you. All right. And when I met you waiting at your stop, I felt a moment where our eyes locked. And when I saw you walk right through those doors, I knew that I'd love you forevermore. And when I felt your touch, I was ecstatic, 'cause you were a drug and I was the addict. But I was so blind, so I looked in your eyes, and I saw that look that said you were mine. But what does it matter anymore? 'Cause I would go to the ends of the earth just to find you, and I would learn every language just to tell you how much I loved you. And my love for you is so great that it goes to the moon and back. But I know that you won't say the words that you love me too. And when I told you how I really felt, and how every look of yours makes my heart melt, no, you didn't listen, no, you didn't care. Well, you said you did, but I couldn't see it anywhere. But I tried and I tried and I tried so hard to help you bring down your walls and bring down your guards. But you turned your back, no, you could not see the life we could have had so happily. But why would you care anymore? 'Cause I would go to the ends of the earth just to find you, and I would learn every language just to tell you how much I loved you. And my love for you is so great that it goes to the moon and back. But I know that you won't say the words that you love me too. My love for you was so great that it went to the moon and back. But now that I'm gone, you now say the words that you love me too. Thank you.
That was great. Thank you so much. Up next is Jalen Webster. Did I say that right?
Hi. Okay. Before I start reading, in order shaking, I'm freezing. And I lived in Detroit for 16 years, so I should be used to this. Okay, so I write poems, and this is written to a girl. Even though I'm gay, this is still written to a girl. Okay. This is called Precision. Okay. The first thing I'll say to you is, what's your name? Then I might ask for your number. That's after I say something like, your eyes are so bright, I can see our future straight through them. God didn't make one error, created you. He must have calculated you till you came up with the right solution. It's like he knew all the correct adjustments to make, and you came out just right. I keep getting this feeling inside like I've seen you somewhere before. You know what? You're the woman for my dreams. I can recognize you anywhere. Even with these glasses off, I can see you just as clear. I'm sorry, that was a lot. I'm blind without these glasses. The truth is, I never lose you. You never will leave my sight. See, these other men don't know how to properly treat a queen like you. I'll open the door for you every time there's one blocking your way in. I'll pay for dinner every time we go out. Even though I know you got your own, don't worry. I'll be your protector, your lover, and most importantly, your provider. It's all on me. I don't take that lightly. Because a queen always needs a king, like a mom always needs her oldest son, a pen always needs the paper, a cup always needs a coaster. Get it? Will you go out to dinner with me? Before you say no, just know I'm prepared to walk straight out the door, because an offer like this doesn't last forever.
All right, right, everyone. I don't know how we're doing on time, but I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. We have one more person on the open mic to perform, and I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who's been here and everyone who's braved the mic, and for the coffee and snacks that were provided, and for the awesome advisors who help CCC be a thing. All right, so give a very, very, very warm welcome to Stephen Morant, aka S Live. Woo! Oh, yeah.
This poem is very dear to me. The title of this poem is called What I've Learned. I learned to organize like Marcus Garvey. I learned to think for myself like Malcolm. I learned to have a dream like Martin. I learned how to read like Frederick Douglass. I learned to be a father without always having one around. I think it's good for children to always have their fathers around. You learn how to do more and talk less, because you can't talk about anything if you haven't done anything. I learned how to read people's minds. I should have took up psychology, which is the study of the mind. I learned that you don't always have to use foul language. People only curse when they can't say what's on their mind. I learned how to adapt to different surroundings. And it's hard to be an angel with people giving you hell. I remember I couldn't even read at the age of 12. I read better now than when I was 12. They say you learn something new every day. You're never too old to get on your knees and pray. I learned a lot of good family values that's missing in some of our families now. Some people say I wouldn't be able to do this or do that, but I'm still standing strong as my life goes on. I've proven myself on several occasions, and I learned that you don't have to prove nothing to anybody but yourself. And I learned that you can't always please everybody. So if we tight like you say, and no matter what I do, you'll love me anyway. I learned that the system was designed for my people to fail, but no matter what's happened, I'm not doing life in jail. I learned that you see less people at a family gathering than a funeral. And once the funeral's over, we all go our separate ways. Life has taught me things could change. You don't always have to continue to stand in the rain. And y'all all just learned something new, that I was going to be reciting this poem, and it's not even June. But I hope all of you have learned something from this. This is my version of poetry with a little twist.
All right, that was awesome. Okay, so I want to thank you all one more time, and everyone give a big round of applause for yourselves for being here and everyone who made this possible. And I hope y'all have beautiful days and beautiful nights, and next time maybe you'll bless this mic.